Hello, my friends. Welcome to my Peter Rabbit Junk Journal flip through. This is a design team project for Rach and Bella Crafts. I am using one of her digital kits with images of Peter Rabbit. It's her Beatrix Potter kit, and it's absolutely beautiful. I am also using a book that I found at the thrift store, either the thrift store or the library. It's a Peter Rabbit book, so I am altering the book and adding these kit pages to it, along with some vintage music paper and other goodies. I'm using the original book cover as the journal cover. I have used some beautiful green fabric that my friend BB of BB's Closet Creations recently sent to me. I have some ribbon that I used from my stash to put on the edges of that fabric. And you can see that I tied the fabric in a little knot and then added some bead dangles to it. This journal has two signatures. Now when we open up the book cover on the first page, there's not really too much writing space here. I just put some adornments on it, some ephemera from the kit, flowers, some leafy trim. When I turn the page, you will notice a pocket and it's got some ephemera in it. And also on that book page, I did some decoupage. I like the way that you can see through the decoupage and still see the words from the book page. On the right is a page from an Ideals book, so it's vintage. I put a small pocket there, this sweet little tag that was part of the kit. And you'll notice on the bottom of the pocket I added some lace and a flower. There's lace on the edge of this page as well. I tried to add a lot of small details to this journal. Here we have a bead dangle. This pocket that I pulled this vintage ephemera out of, well, this is a magazine page, and I added it to this journal because I've been really wanting to put this in a journal. It's absolutely gorgeous. I could have saved it for my fashion journal, but look at the second page. It's got the baby and the basket and a beautiful poem, and so I ended up putting it in here. I do think it's a very nice addition. You can also write on this pocket here too. On this page we have an adorable pocket with some lace trim on the bottom. I added a ladybug up in the upper left corner, and I stuffed some pretty tags inside of that little pocket. On the left-hand side, I used a bobby pin. I added some very sheer material to it and just stuffing a little bit of ephemera up in the bobby pin. Added some lace to this page and also put a little ephemera in that piece too. Now, much of the ephemera that I have in this journal is from the kit, is also from my friend BB of BB's Closet Creations, and then from my stash. Here you see an original book page that I lined with some trim, and then on the right hand side is actually a vintage magazine page, and I have a few of these in here, and that was given to me in Happy Mail. I used my lace punch on the vintage magazine pages, and on this side of it you will see a scene from Gone with the Wind. Again, this was another piece that I've had for a while, and I was just been really wanting to use my stash, and I hoard these things sometimes, so I've really been trying to add these wonderful vintage pieces into my journals. some vintage wrapping paper, and I was able to print on the plain side of it. So that's what you see on the right hand side. And then I just added a few layers of trim as well as some ephemera and a flower. Another thing that I enjoyed using in this journal were some vintage earrings that I have. And I think I used a total of 3 of them. And here's one of them right here. And I just added some of the matching fabric to it. We have a little flip out here. It's just a book page. I have it attached in a way that it flips out, and a pocket full of some ephemera and a tag. I have some beautiful trim here. This was given to me by BB also, and I attached a bulb pin with a little extra lace and a bow. The decorative brad up in the upper left, and then I have another one of those vintage earrings here with the addition of some fabric. This page here on the right it's just for looks. There's no writing space here really. It's just a nice piece to look at. But on the other side, you'll see this pocket here, and I have stuffed it with a couple of tags. If we flip this page over, you're going to see a vintage image of Dick Van Dyke. I'm pretty sure that's who that is. Then on the right hand side we have a little pocket. I've added a tag in there and a piece of paper, and then that flips open as well. When I flip it open, you will see I did a little more decoupage here with this bunny image, and on the right there's a bunny image from the kit with some lace on the bottom. Here we have an image of Beatrix Potter, and that is part of Rach and Bella's kit. Very pretty. She's with a bunny. Obviously it must have been a pet. We've got a magazine page here on the right that I added some nice green pom-pom trim, and then an altered paper clip. Just stuffed a little ephemera up there under that paper clip. Same on this side. That image, that magazine, is also from an Ideals magazine that I had. On the right is a kit image. I just simply added a fabric tag. Well, it's trim, and I turned it into a tag. A nice big pocket here with image from the kit. This book page here has lace on both sides of it, and I attached a little ladybug in the bottom left corner. This is the center right here, and you can see the fabric showing through. So now we're working our way into the second signature. You can see that I used my lace punch on that book page there. This is a piece of stationery, and I just added a little bit of ephemera to the top and the bottom of it just to give it a little interest so it wasn't so plain. We have a belly band here. I just tucked a nice big tag that I made from images from the kit, but also vintage music paper and vintage book page. I have it all layered together. A little flower here and some lace running down the side. And same on the right. This is an image from the kit, and I've got some lace and then a little bulb pin with some fabrics and this beautiful butterfly, and also a little charm that says made with love. It's a nice big pocket here, so I have another one of the large tags that I made from the kit, and also music paper and book page paper. On the right, we have another page from the Ideals magazine, and I just added a little scrap from the scrapbook kit that I used. So we have the digital print from Rach and Bella, also scrapbook kit, and then also the book pages, and then also some vintage pages, as you can see here. On the left, you can see a ruffle along with a ball pin with some beads and a wax seal that my friend BB at BB's Closet Creations gave me. You can see a lot of lace and trim in this journal. I love it. It all came together so nicely. Another one of those vintage earrings hanging from the ball pin. Another large pocket with a large tag in it. On the right is an image from the kit, and it's literally one of my very favorites with these little mice in this pretty shoe surrounded by flowers. I absolutely love it. You might wonder why I left some of the tags that I created out of book pages with the words on the back. I did that because you can add lined paper to it, you can add plain paper to it, or you can add a photograph to it. And I just, as memory keepers, we have our journals to keep memories, whether it's via journaling or using them as scrapbooks or a combination of both. And I just wanted to leave that space, that freedom there for whoever purchases this to use it in the way that they wanted to. We have an envelope flip out that I stuffed a card into that I embellished with a little tag that says hello there. That's napkin. That image that you just saw with all the flowers, that was paper napkin that I adhered to the envelope. Here are the center dangles that I created. Now this book page I added, you can see my finger running down that piece of trim. That's because I added a little flip out here, and the flip out is actually a vellum envelope. I stuffed it with a vintage bridge scorekeeper and a tag. I added a piece of my pink coffee dyed paper. When I was doing the dyeing process, I added a little bit of sparkle to it. So I use that in journals that have a little bit of either pink or maybe some pastels going on. This page, you can see on the left, we have an upper pocket, and both of those are images from the kit actually. And this tag, I have several layers going on here, and the center layer and the bottom left are images from Rachel's kit. On this side, I have a piece of my green eco-dyed paper. Have more lace running down the edge of the paper. We have an altered paper clip with fabric that matches the spine. This page with the blue and white, this was given to me by my friend Carol at Recrafted by Carol. She sent this to me so long ago, and I've been holding on to it, waiting to make a Peter Rabbit journal. I want to mention to you that at the end of this video, I'm going to show you how I took apart this book. Little golden books are stapled together so they come apart quite easily. This is not a little golden book. This book is held together by glue. So I thought that I would go ahead and break out my heat gun and see if I could take the book apart using heat. And guess what, guys? It worked. So I'm going to show you how I did that at the end of this video. This page flips out too. So first I'm going to show you the pocket, which is holding some paper that I created a while back using stamps and watercolor, and it was just so much fun to make this pretty piece. And that flips open now, and you can see two more pages. This has some writing space, and then this is a fabric flip with some scrapbook paper underneath of it, and then that lifts up to reveal some writing space. I mentioned earlier in the video that I want to show you how I took this glued together book apart. That can be a huge challenge for many of us when we're not working with books that are either sewn together or stapled together. And that was the case for this book. I was able to use my heat gun, so I'm going to show you how I did that because I think it's worth seeing. Also, I want to go ahead and add this beautiful daisy to this spine. I think it's going to be the perfect addition to just finish this off. This journal will be available in my Etsy shop if you are interested. All right, friends, if you want to see how I did this, I grabbed a heat gun. I simply put the heat to it. Obviously, you can see I'm in fast speed here, but I put the heat to it and gently, firmly but gently, pulled on the pages to see if I could get them to come apart. And look, they did. There was just a little bit of tearing, but honestly, nothing to be upset about. Usually these kinds of books are so difficult to take apart, and we end up just tearing the heck out of them. But the heat gun is the way to go. So I wanted to share that with you. So once I got the papers out, I just had the book cover. I used my razor, took the spine out of it basically, and then it was ready to turn into a journal. Well, thanks for watching. See you soon.